Oh yeah.
I am the mother of 3 children. However, my first son passed away from a heart condition called tetralogy of Fallot when he was only 18 months old. That was the most devastating time of my life. And to be honest, that's when my life completely changed. I started drinking every single day to try and ease the pain. I wanted another baby so bad. I actually enjoyed being pregnant. Creating life is so amazing to me. I eventually got pregnant again and had my second child. I prayed so hard it would be a boy. I still had all my first son stuff that he never really got to use. I was blessed with another baby boy, and he was healthy. Unfortunately, me and the kid's dad didn't work out. He betrayed me. I was devastated, and it caused me a great deal of pain and heartache. I spiraled even further down. You know, I was a catch. Listen. I owned my own home, a car, I had a job, I had income and savings. When my son passed, I was awarded a judgment to compensate for the malpractice that impacted his death. I received a monthly annuity, so I was able to buy things, do things, and provide my son with a life and give him things that I never had. I was so proud to buy him a swing set for his second birthday. I was able to have my little cousins over during the summer and on the weekends. We would go to the movies, and they can get whatever they wanted. I had the money to do it, right? But the money was also a catalyst that caused a lot of change in my life, for better and for worse. I moved on to another relationship. That lasted for about 3 years, but that didn't work out. I think all of this at such a young age caused me to make choices that I normally wouldn't. I was vulnerable. I was always a risk taker, but not to that extent. That's when I met Perez. Perez was younger than me, but that didn't matter. We just vibed on a different level. He was very intelligent and in tune with what I felt like back then. I was subconsciously just looking for another man to love me. It's hard for me to characterize what happened with Perez in my heart. He was a bad guy, but I fell in love with him, and we had a deep connection. There is no easy way to say this. Perez was accused of killing a man. He went on a run and left town. After a while, he ended up coming back to my house to hide out. He needed to get money to pay for his attorney so he could turn himself in. The police showed up and had my whole house surrounded. They had the street blocked off with a tank. Even the news stations was out there. Listen, this is when I should have I was just so fixated on love. He gets locked up for murder. He swore he didn't do it, and that the whole hood was just hating on him because of a past incident. He needed money, and at the time, I still had a nice amount in my savings. I ended up blowing through everything, though, to pay my bills, his bills, provide commissary, put money on his phone, and ultimately paying $10,000 for his attorney just for him to get found guilty. They gave him 28 years to life. I even cashed in my annuity to help pay for an appeal lawyer, just for him to end up losing that too. I started working at Check and Go, making $10 an hour just to keep us afloat. I eventually got a job doing insurance claims, and I got my insurance license. I was licensed in all 50 states, but it still wasn't enough. He didn't want to give up though, and when the money ran out, he started filing things pro se, all by himself, but nothing was working. I was loyal and had respect for him. It was also the intimacy. He gave me the attention that I craved, that I wanted, so I was willing to do anything for that. Hearing myself say that now has me shaking, because I always looked at myself as a strong person and that I can do anything. I don't need no man. I don't care about no man. But I did. I was desperate not to lose him, even though I know that he did it. At first he told me it was self-defense, and that a lot of guys in that neighborhood was jealous of him because he was getting money. But of course, down the line, things came out. And I knew, but I was too far in deep end. During his incarceration, his sister passed away from sickle cell. Another one of his sisters went to prison for allegedly robbing banks. She was found guilty too. And on top of that, his dad was killed. Through all of this, I was his support. I'm the one who goes to see him all the time. I put money on his books. I bought him clothes, shoes, whatever he needed. Constantly staying in touch with his mama, making sure she's okay. It was not fulfilling, but I was hopeful that he can get out the situation. It was my loyalty. I said to myself, I can't back out now. When I was growing up, I witnessed a lot of domestic violence with the women in my family. All my aunties, older cousins, and my mom. I watched her go to work with black eyes behind sunglasses. I never wanted to be in that situation. It got to the point to where me and my brother, when we got older, started helping her and defending her. My mom stayed with this man for years and years. I hated him. I asked her one time why she stayed with him, and she said that she felt sorry for him. He would always come back begging and said that he would change. It sounds like the same reason I stood by Perez. I felt sorry for him.
But the love was in return. Found out the man that I died for but I couldn't make it right. But I love the young man. And if you've ever been in love, then you don't understand. Oh, that what you want might make you cry. What you need might pass you by. If you don't catch it, if you don't. And what you need, ironically, will turn out what you want to be if you just let it. See, I thought this feeling, it was all that I had. But how could this be love that makes me feel so bad? Gave up my power, existed for you, for whoever knew the voodoo you do. But I love the young man. And if you ever been in love, then you understand. Now what you want might make you cry, but what you need might pass you by. If you don't catch it, if you don't catch it, and what you need, ironically, will turn out what you want to be. If you, what you want might make you cry. What you need might pass you by. If you don't catch it, what you need, ironically, will turn out what you want it to be. If you just let it. When it hurts so bad, when it hurts so bad, why does it feel so good? When it hurts so bad, why does it feel so good? When it hurts so bad, when it hurts so bad, why does it feel so good?
After he was sentenced, he was still held and counting because he had other charges to resolve before he would be, in his words, sent down the road. He was able to file an appeal, which I paid for, but now I was broke. He needed money to be able to pay for another lawyer. Out of nowhere, he comes up with an idea because he sees other inmates are getting drugs brought in. They making a lot of money, selling them on the inside. And he want to do the same thing. It took a lot of convincing, I can tell you that. A lot of convincing. But in the end, I did exactly what he said. He had a cell phone in there, and he ended up getting in touch with somebody in Akron, and that person found the drugs. was the worst decision I have ever made in my life. After I got home, I was laying down, mentally and physically exhausted. He called again and he was laughing and talking crazy. He said he was pissing blood. He didn't make sense, but I thought he was joking around because he acted like that sometimes, playing too much. He hung up and I got ready to take a nap. A few minutes later, he called again. He said if I die, they gon' know. They gon' know it was you. What are you talking about? He started going off on me real hard. Then I started to hear what he was actually saying and I started crying. At that point, I knew he wasn't lying or playing around. Something went wrong. The meth burst in his stomach. I'm going to jail. Later that night, I got another call from somebody on the inside saying he's throwing up blood. I'm trying to get him to go to the infirmary, but he won't go. He ain't want us to get caught. I was on the phone back and forth with his cousin and she kept telling me everything was gonna be okay. 20 minutes later, I'm just laying on the couch, kind of freaking out, but then I kind of dozed off. After a few minutes, my eyes were closed, but then I just got this overwhelming feeling like a breath just left my body. I woke up crying. I knew he was gone. And then his mother called minutes later, screaming on the phone, "Perez is dead." The feeling that I had in that moment, I can't explain. It was emptiness. Not only did the man I was in love with just pass away, but I was the reason. Why did I take those drugs in? What was I thinking? I got my son to take care of. How could I be so selfish? Just for love. At that moment, I also understood that I really hurt his mother. She had just lost her daughter and now her son. Her two oldest children are gone and dead. The middle child went to prison for robbing banks, so all three of her kids gone. I'm not even thinking about jail at that point. I'm still concerned about everybody else. I'm feeling her pain because I know how it feels to lose a child. And this is not her first one, this is her second. I'm feeling all these emotions. I had to tell her that I was involved in what happened to him. She said, "I kind of figured, daughter. It's okay. It's okay. I know how my son is. I know. It's okay." And from that day, she's been in my corner. When I went to prison, she was there and she helped me and my family. Now, because of COVID and all the court delays, it actually took me 3 years until I actually went to prison. But during that time, everything slowed down a little bit, and I was trying to live my life. I got straightened out, tried therapy, and stopped drinking because I got pregnant with my daughter. Eventually, I was sentenced to 4 years and had to do a mandatory 18 months for involuntary manslaughter and conveyance. But I could have gotten life in prison. I was sent to Marysville, Ohio Reformatory for Women. It was really far out. It was difficult, horrendous, really. I stayed to myself and my family took care of me. I was also 7 months pregnant when I went in. You can't imagine what it's like to give birth to a baby girl, then get transferred back to the prison just 2 days later. I had silent panic attacks. shaking on the inside. And I would wait until night when everybody went to sleep, and I was just weak. My heart was exploding. My head was exploding. The thoughts alone would drive anyone crazy. I got flashbacks of the prison guards yelling for no reason and screaming at 5 o'clock in the morning, or sleeping in the dorm where they keep the lights on all day and all night. It was mean guards in there, and they disrespected us, treated us like nothing. Even just hearing other women's nightmare stories of how they ended up in prison from domestic violence situations, for defending themselves. They ended up killing their partners, and now they're doing life with no chance of parole. My mom and Auntie Cookie. They took care of my kids. And me while I was gone. I can't thank them enough. They didn't go without, and neither did I. I wanted to be with them and to physically hold them, touch them, especially my son. He was never without me, and for me not to be with him, be without him, was unbearable. I missed his 13th birthday, y'all. I was able to talk to my son and daughter every single day. I wanted to make sure that they heard my voice. But that was the most heartbreaking part for me, because I wasn't there physically. But I ended up getting transferred to Cleveland Northeast Reintegration Center. It was still prison, but it was a lot better to be home. There was a therapist at NERC. She was wonderful. I would go to those therapy sessions just to let it all out and cry. She would really listen to me. She gave me advice, and we would even talk about things like politics and reform. She was a relief. In addition, I would listen to therapeutic sounds like white noise, nature sounds like the ocean rain, or just random meditation music. I would search for guided meditations to help with my anxiety and breathing. I started studying spirituality and numerology and the benefits of honoring and praying to my ancestors. I even started working out at least 5 days a week, y'all. But it was 2 young ladies that I was locked up with, Alicia and Christina. They told me about a program they were going through, career readiness training that they do in prison. I met Miss Anita from Towards Employment there. She did my intake in prison. I told her that my judicial hearing was coming up, so I won't be here for the next workshop because my ancestors told me I'm going home. She knew I had a good work history. She said, when you come home, make sure you call me because I want you to go through our workshop. I'm gonna get you a job. I didn't know it was gonna be with Towards Employment. I just knew that I was gonna get back home to my babies. There was no doubt about that. I served a full 18 months and returned home on December 22nd, 2022. 3 days before Christmas. That's an angel number, y'all. 2222, angel number, means that the divine guidance and perfect progress is coming into your life. Your guardian angels want you to succeed, and they are here to lend you a helping hand. Trust that everything is working out exactly as it's supposed to, with divine blessings for everyone involved. Let go and have faith. All right? Now, I tried to replace the drama in my life with something productive, and that was through towards employment. I was scared to search and apply for jobs because I'm a convicted felon now. And not just any felony. I have involuntary manslaughter on my back. Who was gonna hire me? But I called Miss Anita and went to the workshop. Towards employment, they helped me revise my resume, gave me interview techniques that I never knew I needed. With all their help, I landed a customer service position, working from home. Just 3 months after coming home from prison. Miss Anita also asked me to apply for a job at Towards Employment. She would update me when the new positions were open within the organization. I applied about 100 times, y'all. No, I'm exaggerating, but I did apply a whole lot of times. But they finally called me, and I got the job. So last September, I started my new rewarding career as a case manager, working with young adults at Towards Employment.
Oh, girl. Oh, girl.
Every time I walk through Towards Employment, they all had so much positive energy, and now I'm a part of that team.
I could get y'all money and tell me. And I thought it was the day before Christmas. Oh, break down.
But I want to share my story because there's so many women who will go to the end of the world for a man who will not do the same for them. We have to value ourselves and not accept the bare minimum. You do not have to suffer in silence. Do not give your all to someone who doesn't have the capacity to do the same for you.
That's right.
Love yourself first. Go with your first thought. And know that taking the illegal way out will always get you in trouble, one way or another. My hope is to continue to help young women and men get my book published and just go back to living life as it should be. I want my family and community to know that they should never give up. Learn from your experiences, but never give up. Never give up.